Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom. In your face. I say, good Saturday, good Saturday, good Saturday. From 11th and O Street. If you're in the area, stop by, have a beverage at the mill. Do so and give a wave or fist pump along the way. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? You can reach out via text and greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow on the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, LO channel 961. If you have not, please find time to download the Ticket app. It carries with you. It's on your phone. It's on your devices. Makes it easier for you. And if you're sitting at home or in the garage or at the office, put it on the TV. Hang out for a bit. We're going to have story time this Saturday. Yes, Saturday story time with DP. There were some things that I wanted to talk about over the course of this hour. And one of the perks and benefits of a life fully lived is that in your lessons and victories, and the two are always intertwined, that it's really good and it's important to pause and say thank you. It's important to say the three things that I say the most in my life, and I've been really open about being a grateful, gracious human, and that being thankful out loud, loving out loud, and being celebratory out loud for all things in our existence. So the three things that I say the most in each of my days, they're on purpose. They're on purpose. And it's setting a vacuum and a boundary for how I want to be dealt with and how I'm going to deal with people. And I'll tell the story so you understand why I'm telling the story. And there is a setup to it all. That 6 years ago, in Houston, Texas, I went through some episodes where after 30 plus years of coaching, my body was just shutting down. It was going through processes, and one of those shutdowns. So I'd just come off of torn bicep surgery. So I'm in robotics. I have the full robot arm because I tore it in two places, and they had to go through, remove the pieces that they could remove, and then put in and add to whatever they need to add to make the bicep functional and strong. And I'm a big boy, so I like throwing metal around. And so it took a part of me away that I had to deal with, but I'm gracious that they fixed it. And I've got plates and pins in my arm to prove it. And then along the way in that same space, one day I woke up and I couldn't stand straight. I could not stand straight. And it was actually after the high school basketball team I was coaching had just had a trip to San Diego tournament. And when they got off the plane, I could not function. So in that space, coaches speak, they have language speak. And for me, and I shared with my wife, was that, sometimes a player is hurt and there's a player who's injured and there's a difference. And to be able to communicate in crisis. So when a player is in pain, it simplified it for me as a coach to be able to ask, are you hurt or are you injured? Hurt is a temporary discomfort. It is a thing that, oh my goodness, I took a shot, but injured is something of a deeper issue. And it allows me to stop and pause. Hurt is temporary. Let's gather ourselves, take a deep breath, get in our space. Injured is let's gather ourselves and then regroup and rebuild. And I couldn't. So I literally was on the floor of our kitchen in Houston. I'm out of knee. I can't get up. I go to the doctor and, it's the thing, right? I call my wife and, I say something's wrong. And she goes, she knows the coach speak. Are you hurt or are you injured? And it there's a difference that I had to identify for her what the crisis level was. Is this a red alert? Is this, I tell my daughter, the phone calls, you can text me most things, but the phone calls are when something's broke or something's on fire. that is in the space that we identify the things that we need immediate help with and the things that we need assistance with. There's a difference. Several doctor's appointments, several specialists. They land on nerve damage in the spine. I went through 12 weeks of these ridiculously long needles directly into my spine. And the weird thing is that I was still coaching. I coached through it. So I would go get these shots into my spine, and then I would go and I would take a pillow and I would sit on the bench of the basketball team that I was coaching to finish the season. And I'm literally coaching, just after, spinal injections. And then immediately following that, I head directly into baseball season. And I want to finish the year. I'm stubborn like that. And the doctor's like, okay, we're still working on this thing, but you're still taking spinal injections. So be careful. There's some things that you can do and some things you can't do. The helpful part of it is acknowledging that sometimes toughness is a thing that gets in your way, and sometimes toughness is a thing that is the way. And you have to figure out which one it is. And when difficulty happens, what do you do with it? What do you do in it? Finally, I'm sent to one final specialist. It's a specialist that worked with Roger Clemens at his clinic and therapy for sports therapy in Houston. And, I get the meeting and he takes all the MRIs and I go through all of that. And quite frankly, if you're claustrophobic, these are not the tests that you want to go through. But these are long, painful tests. And it's like, okay, can you bend this way? Well, if I could bend this way, I wouldn't be at the doctor. Like I wouldn't be here. If I could do this easily, if this was comfortable, I trust me, I would not be here. And he goes, oh, now, if you're old enough, you reach a point where you go to the doctor and the doctor goes, oh, and it's never good. It's never good for him to go, oh, he said, oh, I think I found some things, sir, plural. And he said, yeah, you have a fracture on your spine. You have a fractured spine. You have fractures. And then the and part was like, oh no. The first part was enough. The and is some serious business. And he says, yeah, you've got some disc issues, and quite frankly, they need to be fixed right away. And I'm like, okay. Now, Jackson, if you haven't seen the movie Brian Song, It is a story from the Chicago Bears back in the 60s and 70s. And while the story, the Brian of Brian song is about Bears fullback Brian Piccolo. And Brian Piccolo, by most accounts, would be one of the most exceptional running backs in any pro NFL history or college history. Through Wake Forest University and through the Chicago Bears. Piccolo was an interesting source. Undersized fullback, tailback / combo tailback. He's drafted by the Bears. Only problem was the Bears also had drafted this other guy. And the other guy was from Omaha. The other guy was Gale Sayers, one of the greatest running backs to ever do it. And so Piccolo fights to make the team, and they become fast friends. As a matter of fact, they become deep competitors. So much so that they rally and push each other to the point of success. They become roommates. Piccolo being white, Gale Sayers black. They were the first interracial roommates in the NFL. So that was a big deal, and a big deal was made of it. But they became best friends, and in that, then they were named the starting backfield. And as that happens, and Sayers, whose career was shortened by knee injury, brutal hit, the rehab was tough. Piccolo steps up and becomes the number one tailback. They carry forward, and then he helps Gale Sayers rehab. Sayers rehabs and becomes the league MVP. Piccolo falls down a bit, and they can't figure out why. And the story is that Piccolo had cancer. And so the NFL and the Bears and football fans lost Brian Piccolo to cancer at a very young age. And they tell this story. But there's a moment when Piccolo, he goes through the first surgery and he thinks everything's well and he thinks he's on the way to healing. And then the doctor catches Gale Sayers in the hallway and says, well, listen, we need to do another surgery. And everybody else activates and starts moving, and the doctors prepare and the nurses prepare. And Piccolo he's like, no, I'm not doing this. And Gale Sayers explains it, and he says, we're athletes. We do everything on schedule. You're asking this young man to play the most important game he's ever going to play and battle the most important battle he's going to have to battle, and you're not letting him prepare. He needs to mentally prepare for this battle. So if you could you push this back a little bit? And the doctor said, I understand. So immediately when they're saying, we got to fix you, I'm like, okay, I need some ramp up time. They go through the surgery, and in the surgery process, now there is a thing that you have to identify, that if you're a physical person, that you're allowing humans access to your spine and your spinal cord, because they need to remove the disc, the space around the disc, the bones around the disc that aren't working and are pressing against the nerve. They need to do something with it. So the idea is that they remove it and they replace it with a catheter, with bone from somewhere else, someone else, some other animal. I think mine's dog. I don't. But when I say there's dog in me, it's legit. It's legit. But the fear is that they tell you that literally there are things that you won't be able to do for 6 months, that the rehab is brutal, and that you cannot bend or twist for 6 months. You cannot bend or twist. The spine will not handle it. It needs to heal and rebuild. And that was the big fear for me, was as a coach who had coached 3 seasons every year of recent decades, to be immobilized was just not, I wasn't ready for it. Like, I wasn't in my head. I wasn't ready for this. But I got ready for it, and you go in for the surgery, and it's a long surgery. So you worry about the doctor's ability to go through long surgeries, right? That, quite frankly, humans fatigue no matter what they're doing. Eyes fatigue, hands fatigue, etc., legs. I woke up and there was discomfort, but it was a different kind of discomfort than I was prepared for, because I had So I woke up and I said, how'd the surgery go? And they were saying the surgery went fine. But, and they said, when we put the catheter in, which is how they medicate you and moderate you, the catheter goes below your waist and it goes through you. And they said, well, when we put the catheter in, we punctured you. And so the catheter can't be pulled out because of the hemorrhaging. So you're going to have to wear the catheter for a bit. What are you talking about? And the catheter, so imagine a balloon being blown up inside you in the most delicate of places. And it's attached to a pulley system, and then that is attached to your upper thigh. And when I tell you that every single movement, thought, suggestion pulled on that balloon, and the pain level that I'm trying to explain to you is 10 out of 10. And that's every sneeze, every hiccup, every don't turn, don't move. Now I've got a body brace on from my lower extremities up to the top of the base of my chest. So I'm not supposed to be able to move. But they tell you have to get up and you have to maneuver yourself. You have to move for circulation and all that. So the mission was, they said, well, we can't let you out of here until you're able to go to the bathroom on your own, that you're able to use the walker and get around this floor and I'm like, okay, battle accepted, challenge accepted. And so I finally get this thing done, and I manage on day 4 to be able to win the battle and get through the pain. And remember that, my spine is open. So, you're dealing with that. And you can't do anything yourself. You just can't. They've sent me home, and the very first morning, and the big part of this thing is them telling you that you have to get to this walker. Now, I'm in bed 22 hours, 23 hours a day. I'm up 4 times, 5 times, 6 times a day for 10, 15 minutes using the walker just to be vertical and do that. But otherwise, I am in bed, truly bedbound. Can't shower, can't feed yourself, can't go to the bathroom by yourself. Like it's just a thing. But they send me home, and it's that thing. And so the following morning, I get up to move, and just walking as slowly as I can, shuffling feet because I can't lift my feet. And all of a sudden, I can't breathe. And it's, when I say I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Air is not, it's just not happening. And so, of course, Becky, who, again, she's the coach's wife, and she recognizes. So she says, are you hurt or are you injured? And I said, this is an injury. And so she immediately calls 911. 6 minutes to our house from the firehouse. 7 minutes treating me, or 8 minutes treating me at home, intubating, doing the whole thing, and 7 minutes back to the hospital. 21 minutes. They whisper and tell you probably had 30. No room for error. In the emergency room, they're like, okay, here's the thing. So my surgeon knew right away, he, activate. They all rush to me and immediately straight to ICU. And they tell you that when you hear people pass away from natural causes after surgery, generally it's a blood clot. And they tell you, this is what this is. And they go through, they tell you all the things about it, right? That a blood clot will get you in your sleep. It moves. So you become fearful. You become afraid that if I go to sleep, I might not wake up. And you hear that thing, oh, he passed in his sleep. No, no, I don't want to do that. But in that, it paused me to say, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to go. I'm not, like I used to jokingly say, I've lived a full life. If God took me today, I've lived several full lives. I've lived enough life for several people. But on that day, that conversation and that story changed because I asked for one more day. Give me one more day. And every day when I wake up, imagine that the chaplain's sitting on the bed, Becky sleeping on a chair in the ICU for several days. And that's not, you know my wife. That is not my wife. That's not her way to exist. But she went through the battle, and the chaplain sitting on the bed, and it's just like, well, I don't have any answers for you. But if you want to talk and you need to get right, then let's do that. And I thank that chaplain every day because that was just the thing that I needed. And I had a friend, Griff, he's a comedian, but he's a faith-based pastor. And he said, you've already won. Steps have been ordered, which is what I needed to hear. You're already healed. But they tell you they can't heal me. They can't treat me because in dealing with blood issues, they need blood thinners in you. But my spine just went through a 6-hour surgery. So hemorrhaging increases with the blood thinner. So, hey, man, pick your poison because either way. And I'm like, well, and after several specialists get together, and then finally we land on do everything. Do everything. Throw everything in the soup, man. Throw everything in the soup. Anything that can help, I'll take the risk because otherwise I'm out of here. They tell me that one blood clot will get you. I had 27. I had 27. 20 in my legs. 20 blood clots in my legs. 3 in my heart, 4 in my lungs. And the ones in my heart and my lungs had been let in, and then the real, so there's the gang, right? There's the gang of 27 blood clots, and they came to get me, right? One will get you, but I had 27 assassins. That's a tough battle to fight, except they had a gang leader. They brought a bully, and the bully is called a saddle embolism. And the saddle embolism, so if you can imagine a horse's saddle, and then imagine your bronchial stem, right, that leads through. And it wrapped itself. It let those clots into my heart and into my lungs and then wrapped itself around my bronchial stem to choke me out. And that's why I could not breathe. The only way to treat those would put my spine at risk. Let's do it. Let's do it. So every day since that day, I ask for one more day. When I could, I would muster the energy, the strength, the pain tolerance to go from horizontal in a bed to trying to roll myself as delicately and as patiently to get my feet to the floor. And when I got my feet to the floor and I could open my eyes, I would say thank you. I would say thank you for each and every day that I got to put my feet from the bed to the floor, because it means I had a chance to get better. I had a chance to get stronger. I had a chance to love the people who loved me and be there for my family. I had a chance. And it was an opportunity, and I needed to get to work. From that, feet to the ground, I had to learn to push myself off that bed and love myself enough to get better. I had to love Becky enough to get better. I had to love my daughter enough to get better. I got stuff to do, but I have to work in order for it to work. I have to work, and I have to love myself enough to do it. And then through a course of day, learning to walk, learning to go to the bathroom again, learning to heal, fixing yourself, trying to get stronger, trying to be athletic, trying to be all those things. And through it, at the end of each day, I would put my butt in that very same set, my feet to the same spot on the floor, and I would say, well done. Well done. You made it. And then I would ask for one more day. Today, for me, since then, I've been purposeful in counting my days. Because each day is different. Today is day 22,902. 22,902. That's 22,902 opportunities. 22,902 sunrises, sunsets, circumstances, and otherwise. And if I wake up and know the day, then I give it more value than if I didn't. So whatever your day is today, whatever your number is, count it, write it down, say it to yourself, and then recognize this thing. We'll go along here, and I'll find myself later for doing it. But today is the only 22,902 I'm ever going to get. I'm never going to get another one. I'm not the same as I was 22,901. I'm smarter. I met more people. I experienced more things. I'm never going to be as young as I was yesterday ever again. I've never been as old as I am today, and I'm never going to be younger again. I'm never going to be as smart as I am today, and I'm never going to be as dumb as I was. So I have to make today, and I'll say this, so it's simple. Jackson, if you do not understand how wonderful the universe is, that it allows me to be in a space where I get to be with a group of people every day, that there are no coincidences, there are no unique circumstances. It is just the universe places people in your day. And I'm never going to have a day like today, like 22,902, where I get to sit with the folks on the text line, Bill and Bennett, Buffett's and all. Jackson, you and I we're never going to have the same conversation that we have today. And if you're worthy of it and you accept the blessing of it, then you be present and you acknowledge that today and the moment and the interaction is special. And then you say a thing that you deserve to say, which is, thank you for the day. I love that I have this day. And if I do it right, and I'm worthy of it, at the end of it, we get to say, well done. So all I want for anybody that can hear this, that accepts this, that take those things. If I don't give you anything else today, if nobody else gives you these things, understand the power of these three things. And Jackson, you get to be the person who's sitting here. And so let me say the three things to you. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving this thing enough to put care behind it. Thank you for honoring this trait in this profession that we're going to do and being the person you are. Love who you are. Love how you do it. Love who you do it for. Love who you're going to become, right? Love all the things of why you sit in this room and why you love the sports things that you love and the people in this community the way you do. And if we do it right, we get to say, well done. We'll go to break. We'll come back. More Story Time Saturday on One on One.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring storms can unfortunately lead to power outages. While LES line workers go out in the storm, you can stay in, but you can also help by reporting your outage right away online at les.com/report.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
and electrical.
Hey, what are you talking about over there? Huh? I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, One on One. And again, we thank you for being on the text line. Appreciate y'all. Again, 402-464-5685. Storytime Saturday. There's a couple things in play, and folks know that released a book, which was a compilation of chapters about saying thank you to people who loved on me. And quite frankly, everybody in the book, every chapter in the book is a love story to people who loved on me. And without them, I would not be here in Lincoln, Nebraska. I would not be in sports. I would not have done the things that we do. And those things are important. And I think, quite frankly, I have to be purposeful in loving out loud. Loving out loud. The only regrets we have as humans, or the greatest regrets, is that we love people, things, situations, and they don't know it, and that it doesn't land. That's the regret. If you go, oh man, you don't know how much I love you, and no. So loving out loud. If you see something good, say something good. If you see somebody doing something good, you acknowledge it and celebrate it. Pat on the back, and attaboy. As a coach, as an athlete, we celebrate. But also loving out loud is important to tell people what they need to know rather than what they want to hear. And there's a difference, because love has to make that decision that I know that you want to hear that this is okay, but it's not. And you have to do better. But I'm going to show you how to do better, and I'll love you through doing better. And that was kind of the important thing. So in this book, and you can find, you can text in, and I'm not going to push harder than letting you know that the book is available. It's called The Impact of Influence. It's got my name on it. 12 chapters of just being grateful and appreciative. But I wanted to, so I released an audiobook chapter a week ago. There's another one being released today, but in this particular case, I want to read to you a chapter about my high school baseball coach. And in this, I know this takes a bit, so we'll probably go long. We'll go a little bit, but I wanted to share the story so people understand what it was. My high school baseball coach, he's a Hall of Famer. His name is Del Norwood, Adelbert Red Norwood. And Del Norwood, the Norwood name, most sports fans will know the name, and this one applies because his son is in fact Scott Norwood, the Buffalo kicker, who went wide right in the biggest kick of his career. But it makes him he's a great man nonetheless. Del Norwood was a baseball player. He was a military veteran, Marine. Went through the academy, went through his service. Spent time with the Boston Red Sox and the Washington Senators as a pitcher. Del Norwood was a high school coach at Washington League High School in Arlington, Virginia. And he was larger than life in full. A giant of a man, amazing stride, resounding voice in the military cadence of how he wanted things done and why they should be done. And the greatness of a coach is measured by not only the players that he creates, but does he create more coaches? And I can tell you off of one high school team, 1 year, myself, Kevin Clements, Doug Grove, Bill Wyckoff, Bill Grossman, Mike Murray, Tony Bentley, Horace Willis, Warren Doles, Rocky Duffy are all high school coaches of long legend and legacy in Northern Virginia, all from under the tree of and the roots from Del Norwood. Pretty amazing. And he convinced me that I was a college baseball player. He told me that I needed to work as hard as a Division I baseball player. He was the first person to explain it to me when he understood. He goes, you know the difference between a Division I player and a Division II player? Work. It's not talent. It's work. It's work. The difference between a Division II player and a Division III player. It's not talent. Work. Your ability to succeed when you go to college. Work. It's not talent. It's work. And then he pointed out to me that, you know why people fail in college? If you're a talented enough athlete and you fail in college, it's never talent. It's academic work. Because you carry the academic stress with you onto the practice field and onto the game field, and you need to have control of them both. And I didn't think I was even going to play my senior year. I was done. I was like, I'm done. I'm cool. I'm ready. I'll go play football in college. I'm cool. But he and the track coach caught me in the hallway and petitioned and was like, okay, you're too fast to not play a spring sport. You're either going to, and I was a national junior level long jumper. So I had opportunity, and I come from a track family. So, but one day in the hallway, the track coach and Coach Norwood, our high school's track coach was named Jack Walker, and because we were the generals, they called him General Jack Walker. Come to find out, he actually was a Marine, and he General Jack Walker. And General Jack Walker never said complete sentences. He would just say your name and then make sounds, and you were supposed to understand exactly what he meant. Pearson, sir. Yes, sir. And that was all you got, and that was all you needed, because you knew love was attached to it, but you also knew that he was requiring your attention and movement immediately. But Del Norwood talked me into being a Division I baseball player. And I'm forever appreciative, because I was not going to take the chance. I was not going to take the chance to try out, because I didn't think I was good enough, and I didn't think I'd put in the work. And he said, you're good enough, and you're going to put in the work, and we're going to be really good. This baseball team was the best baseball team in the state of Virginia. Matter of fact, the best baseball team in the entire district, Maryland and Virginia. We were 23-1. We had 3 all-met pitchers, which would be the equivalent of 3 states. We had 8 Division I baseball players on one high school roster. And I became a starter because I outworked and because he believed. And he would not accept anything less. This is why we're here. That the accumulation, we are all the accumulation of people who love on us. And we are all the accumulations of the lessons we learned when things didn't go our way. You're better for the losses / lessons. The victory comes when you accept the lesson and move forward and up from it. The best coaches are the people who lead us forward and up. Third break, we'll close out one-on-one and get you all set up. The Lincoln football youth folks are coming in. Tank Perry, Jim Sandman are coming through, and they'll carry you all the way up until 12 noon. I'm DP. This is One-on-One.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the middle child of driver safety. Ugh. It's like that scene in a movie you don't want to see, thinking, it won't happen to me. In the time of doing everything at once with 3 screens and taking meetings and eating in the car, it's not easy. But when driving takes the back seat, distracted driving causes more than 14% of fatal and injury crashes every year. For real. Let's start driving for real. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Rashawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Clash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln Families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The final segment before we hand it over to Tank Perry and company. Again, the fine folks from Mary Ellen's, it is in fact their curator, owner, master chef and magician, Charles Phillips. It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Charles. Enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday, and thank you for making plates for Lincoln, Nebraska. We appreciate you, brother. Love you all the way in full. It is my challenge to you today that through all of this, like we're telling all the stories, and I'm telling the story because it is my wish, it is my hope that you will pause and think of somebody who loved on you, who deserves to know that you love them back. Who is that? And it's somebody in your phone, it's somebody in your email, it's somebody in your life, it's somebody in your space that loved you here, loved you today, will love you tomorrow. That you take a moment, take a pen, write down the name, go through your phone, scroll through whoever that is on your phone, and just like the bat signal when you send it up, because those are the people in your phone, when they send up their bat signal, when they put up your bat signal, they text you. They text you. They text you. Why are they texting you? Love. There's no other reason listen. The seek, the search, and then the choice, the selection, that of all the people that they texted for the thing that they texted you about, you were the person that they chose. You were the person who was worthy of that text. You were the person. You were the person. If it's your child who's texting you asking, Dad, Mom, Dad, help. I need you. Mom, Dad, I love you. Mom, Dad, can you help? Maybe it was a coach. Maybe it was a best friend that knows your secret, that know you at your best and your weakness. And that friend is the one that you think of to share good news or bad news. Take a moment today. Take a moment, just a moment. And it doesn't take long. Take a moment and say, thank you, I love you, well done. There's somebody that needs the text from you that only you can give them. You're the only person that can text them this thing and get them through whatever they're going through. You're the only person that can text them and make the thing that they're celebrating seem valid and worthy. You're the only person. You're the only person. There's somebody in your phone that, quite frankly, they're waiting to hear from you because what you say matters. Now imagine that there's somebody in the world, somebody in your world who's waiting for a text from you, just from you. And to find out that you wouldn't pull the trigger and text them. There are people that are waiting for you. They're waiting for you right now. They want that text from you. We will be in a much better space, in a much better place, if we stay connected in saying the three things. So if you made it to through the hour, if you started through the hour and made it through the hour, I will say the three things that mean the most to me, and I will absolutely mean them when I say it. Thank you for spending Saturday morning with us. Thank you for sharing your time, your emotions, your energy. You could be listening to or watching many things, and you chose to hang with us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Thank you for what you do. I absolutely love you, and I could say it freely, loudly. I would shout it from the rooftops. Love y'all. If you're listening to The Ticket on a Saturday, I love y'all and I appreciate you. And then at the end of your day, or wherever you are in the middle of the day, when you reach your accomplishment, for being a good person, for being a decent human, for making Lincoln better, for making your family better, for making your community better, your neighborhood better, well done. Well done, well done, well done.